Hi, my name's Dave Young from CryptoVest.com and this is Token Talk, your weekly overview of what's new and interesting in the world of ICOs, where I take a few days of my time, sift through the endless dross that is most of the new ICOs being offered at the moment and find something decent, something that catches my eye, something interesting that I would consider investing in, then I'll dive a bit deeper and give you the results. If you want to use your time most efficiently and not do that long process yourself, you probably want to subscribe because ICOs are time sensitive. And if you want to keep up with the game, you want to be getting the news first. Now, this is just an opinion piece, my opinion only, no paid slots, no sponsors. If you wish to invest, you will need to do your own due diligence. Now, this week we're going to dive into the world of enterprise computing. Think IBM private blockchains, think Oracle databases, think tech meets the old enterprise software. Now, first of all, we have Cognida establishing trust relationships for secure businesses. Wow, they must have a really good motto writer. Then we have Aergo, blockchain fuel for the autonomous business. Cognida, so it's the name of the product they've been developing before. It's the name of the project. It comes from a group called the Windmill Alliance. By all affairs, if you look at the team, they're very impressive. They're hard hitters. They've been working away in this sector. They've been making money. They have a good reputation. So the reason they're getting most of the attention in the ICO sector is because on top of all that, they have two senior names from Wanchain sitting on the advisory board. So they've got MVP, they've got prospective business sector, they've got traction, and they've got big name advisors that might tie in. So what's it all about? Well, the sector is all about developing something above the existing private blockchains, above the public blockchain, something blockchain agnostic that may pull information from each one, which may do transactions together, which may tie the equation together so people can start using this cloud service above the rest to make things act in a more coherent way and do a lot more sexy things in the business sector. It's where Oracle and the IBMs and everything want to go. It's where they kind of are. Now, the competition's really stiff in this sector. You've got your Microsofts, your IBMs, as I said, but it's a massive sector with billions and billions and billions of turnovers. There's quite a lot of room for a lot of growth and a lot of players to make their marks and make decent money. So when you get down to looking at everything, they've got this product, it's ready to go, it's all very legitimate, it all stacks up. But at this point, when I started looking at the token generation event, something just didn't seem completely right. Now, don't get me wrong, it's all completely legitimate. There's nothing red flags about it, but there's something there that made me feel uneasy. Let me explain. So you're looking through the website, the white paper, and it doesn't even scream out. You have to look quite hard to work out the token generation event is on the 20th of July. It's now, and they're in private sale. But you kind of get that feeling that being in America, with the problems with the SEC, that maybe they're hoping they can talk to enough people on the private sale, they'll just hit the right level and they'll do hardly anything on the token sale and limit their risk. But it doesn't create the right atmosphere for me to want to invest. It's almost like they're not interested. It's almost like they've got the money in and they're still playing at it. Then you look a bit deeper, you look at the team, you've got Bing Byington, then you look down at the Wanchain and you've got the son of Mr. Bing Byington. So you suddenly realise the Wanchain stuff, it's like the family link, nothing that special. It's not really going to give them that traction. Then you look at the rest of the team, they're really good. They've been delivering those enterprise solutions, but you kind of feel that they've taken a little bit of blockchain, I think from Argentina, and they've popped it in the equation. So you start asking yourself at this point, where's the real value in this ICO, this blockchain? Is it just something that makes money already? The enterprise sector dressed up to morph into this shiny new blockchain thing so they can get the money through the door. And the money through the door for some of the more conservative investors who don't really know how to touch this sector. And so for me, they all make me feel kind of uneasy. In the short term, I don't think it's got the inherent value. I don't think it's got the hype. So I think it's completely neutral. And I think moving on, as a token holder, if I buy in the token generation event, I'm going to be neutral again. I think some of those private investors that have made the special deals will do very well. The business might do well. But as a token holder, I am absolutely neutral on this one. Aergo, blockchain fuel for the autonomous sector business, something like that anyway. So these guys are in the same sector, and why do I see them as completely different? Is it because they've got better marketeers? They've got someone more professional running the whole ICO? Well, they have, but it's not just that. They seem to me to be in a completely different league. Underpinning what they're offering, underpinning coming into this sector from the private blockchains to the public blockchains to the enterprise software, they have a project partner called Blocko. Blocko came through Spark Labs a few years back in Korea, won a few competitions, been doing really nicely for themselves. I think they're the second biggest deliverer of private blockchains behind IBM in the world. They've had customers like Samsung, Lotte Card. They've got case histories you can go and have a look at. They're using something called CoinStack technology, and they're going to plug all this into the Aergo model. Now, the Aergo model is going to run on a deterministic proof of stake, which is something quite similar to EOS. It's about coin holders holding master nodes, holding stakes, not just whales, because you'll also be judged not on how much you hold to get your stake and get voted in. You'll also be voted on your vision of how you see things, and also how you perform. So it's a lot more interesting. But just as EOS have had a lot of problems, it can throw up a whole lot of the new problems, and it can also be a little bit centralized. So one to watch out for there. Then on top of this, they not only want to take the whole blockchain stuff and merge it together so businesses can find it easier to access, they want to make it into a dApp environment so it's easy for businesses on open-ended APIs on the foundation to write their own dApps without hiring new talent in. So they've taken a sideways look at it, and they've gone like, we're going to have the Aergo SQL as the main programming language on the blockchain. And it's going to be very easy for existing developers from these companies who know SQL backwards to migrate across to it. It's not new talent brought on, so there'll be a lot of bastardization, a lot of adaptation. So I think that's going to make it very popular. And what self-respecting ICO would even get out of bed, would even go to market without shouting? We're going to do chain-on-chain solutions, giving us greater scalability, giving us better speed. The only difference is maybe these guys didn't copy and paste it. Maybe they've actually got an idea how to implement it. There was a small little thing here that worried me. They started sticking in they're going to do 1 million transactions per second. Now, credits kept trying to sell themselves on that. Not saying they can't do it, but they've kind of lost confidence in the market. So I don't know why people get these extremely high figures that are probably very difficult to hit and start pushing them out straight away. A lot of the market's very intolerant. They don't feel it's right. So small red marker there. Now, the technology is based on 3 components. You've got the Aergo chain, the Aergo hub, the Aergo marketplace. You've got lots of user studies on the marketplace. So it's got quite an extensive and probable likely use scenarios that can give it a good take-up. Then we come across to the team, and in the team we have Phil Zamani, time at Santander, he's on the board. Other people on the board, Roderick Van Graff, time at Deutsche Bank, HSBC, Janet Lee, Alison Shim, previous at Ascenter, and advisors are plenty with good VC money there with some good pedigree. The technical team is big and impressive. It's got that blockchain experience. For me, it's probably the most attractive thing about the whole project is what's getting the attention on board. Now, they've not had any airdrops, they've not had any bounty, but they're experiencing through the different investor circles, if you listen to who's talking about what, they're getting a lot of organic hype, a lot of interest. They've recently gone from 10,000 to 24,000 on the Telegram group. Everyone seems to be talking about it. Now, the token sale is in August. They're playing a waiting game. They haven't put the technical paper out yet, so that needs to be judged. They haven't given the exact token metrics out, so they need to be judged. So even however good this might seem, those small things need to be kept in mind because they still could screw the project up. But in the short term, for the way it's moving, for the attention it's getting, for the unmet demand, I'm extremely bullish in the short term. in the longer term, I think the model's good. I think the expertise there. I think the interest is there. So I would say I would be extremely positive in the long-term view as well. Now, honourable mentions go this week to offlines from Kiev. We've had the HODL crew. Remember this?
About to go and join the HODL gang. HODL gang, HODL gang, HODL gang.
And now from Kiev we have our own offering, the Blockchain Hymn, a song dedicated to all the workers out there on distributed ledger technology. God knows how many there are, but they must be growing by the day. Take a listen.
Биткоин настал, ослабил догму наш консенсус, наш консенсус. Пока ты спал, посредники кусали локти, не слышишь вопли. Шифропанк, мне криптография понятна, довод внятный, забытый банк остался в прошлом неподвижным, он здесь лишний. Оставь свой скепсис и вперед, ведь новый интернет зовет, ведь люди строят новый мир, где мы все вместе пир-то-пир, криптовалюты на расклад, мир без миссий.
Respect, I like it. That gets a thumbs up from me. This was Token Talk. I'm Dave Young from CryptoVest.com. If you want to stay ahead in the ICO game, if you want to get there before the other investors who are going to screw you over because you're too late, you want to subscribe. Stay current, stay valid, stay tuned. Till next time.